That's good.
Right. This is pretty much, this is an older piece that I did. Kind of says it all. It's called Symphony. It's made of Primavera wood. It's on a granite base.
Is that a hardwood? It looks soft.
It is. It's a hardwood, and the wood is very light, whitish color. Since I did this piece, I did it several years ago, it has turned very, very yellow. So I'm going to have to strip it down because I have found a product that will not turn yellow from Tennessee. And so I've used it on another piece. Actually, the center of this piece I've made into another one. And that one I've used this product on, excuse me, this product on, and it hasn't, it's terrific. It looks great. It's kept all the natural color of the wood, color being white. And so that one I'll roll out very soon.
Doesn't look like it's got a
like
lot
the
of
color.
grain.
Yeah.
Does not have
like
a lot of
person inside.
Sympathy, huh?
symphony
Symphony.
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 Sympathy.
or
Maybe
symphony.
we'll give you sympathy. No.
Sympathy.
Todd, it would be fun to see what you did with the negative shape that you took out of there side by side with this one.
Yes.
It looks
Well,
like a seal or animal of some sort to me.
Do you
What?
still have that particular sculpture?
Losing my voice for some reason. Yes, I do. The piece that is on the inside of it, I've put a hole through it, and I've accented it with 2 pieces of black that I've actually painted, and so it looks totally different from this, and it has a totally different feel from this, and it's smaller. This one is pretty high.
Yeah.
It's 37 inches high, so
that's
it's a really
tall.
large piece.
Yeah.
It shimmers. It
It's
shimmers.
37 inches tall.
Yes,
Wow, it looks like it's, maybe 18 inches tall.
It's a nice orchid with it.
Yeah. Thank you, Scott.
okay, thanks.
Beautiful.
Chris sent us 2 things.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
I
I
just,
like.
Yeah.
thank you. I just did these, actually I did 3 of them, but I think there's 2 that I sent Joan.
I'll,
Just some
I'll give you a
abstract
quick flash to the
geometric
other
things.
one there.
Neat.
I like this.
Some,
Also better move over.
Very nice.
Nice.
Very
thank you. They
Those
were
are
to
fun,
do.
Chris.
Yeah, I had fun doing them. I've been kind of frustrated with some
What size is
pieces
it?
I've been
Can you see?
working on in class. So I decided, let me do
Okay.
something a little more towards my method. And so I came up with these geometrics, and it was just so therapeutic to paint the colors wherever I wanted to, and
Yeah.
make the composition whatever way I wanted to. It was fun. There's some collage in there, and it's basically mixed media. There's pen, the squiggly lines are pen, acrylic paint, and collage. Fun.
I like that.
They're small.
Mhm. Yeah,
They're outstanding, and I love the way you framed them too, Chris. I mean, it
Yeah.
accentuates all the colors in it and everything and the shapes. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks.
I really like this one in particular. I think it's very dramatic.
Me too.
Me too.
Yeah, this is my favorite
too.
one too.
You can come back to it and see things.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, yeah, she's got that thing.
It would be really cool to see them side by side. They're very powerful and fun and dramatic.
Thanks.
I can,
Yeah, I like those, Chris. Those are
I can,
interesting.
I can see where the other style that you've been showing us would take a lot more effort, whereas these, like you said, are fun to, once you have the shapes to basically fill them in, and
Right.
the
They
other
were
way,
pretty
the other method seems like a
therapeutic.
lot of work. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not so sure about that. I don't
Yeah.
know, Chris, because I found when I worked on those couple of geometrics that, going with the straighter lines and more defined forms and so forth, to me, is a lot more difficult than the other pieces we typically try to work on in an abstract free form. I mean, that's just
That's
me.
also, no, I agree with you because you have to stay in the lines with these.
Yeah, you just have to be so much more meticulous than what you are when you're doing an abstract, because
Right.
I definitely found myself, feeling very tight about the whole thing.
Well, you have numbers on. You have numbers on the squares. You can draw by numbers.
This is true.
Yes.
The patterning is great.
Yes.
Oh, those are collage pieces I made. They were stencils, and I just, when I'm not feeling particularly creative, I just make papers, and those are just papers that I made.
Nice.
You make the paper, you don't cut it out?
Well, I paint the papers, and I make patterns on the papers. Then I cut the papers out.
So you still paint it,
And-
you just do it
and glue.
separately.
Mhm.
I do it separately, yes.
Yeah, but it's still
Well,
you painting.
with these things, it's just a matter. It's almost like a puzzle. It's all intuitive, and the colors and everything. It was very therapeutic because you're able to do whatever you want in the space, staying within the line. So that's another thing, Phyllis. I agree.
Yeah.
In that
I
respect.
just felt compelled to do something like that just because I'm trying to stretch and get out of my,
Right.
mold. But I did find that it was very confining for me, and I just kind of wanted to let go when I was.
No, I hear you.
What you're saying is you two artists can't draw a straight line, right?
well,
That's it.
Yeah, or don't want to. I'm not sure which.
Right.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Oh, how pretty.
Oh,
That's cool.
thank you. I made this butterfly to put in a tree outside
Oh,
my
nice.
house. And it's made what they call a copper foil.
Excuse
oops.
me. That's-
Oh. And I don't know if you can see me, but this is what you
Yes.
put around the glass. And then you take silver solder or copper lead solder, and you solder the pieces together. If you use the silver, it's shinier. And this, and you draw the pattern out, and then you cut the glass. And I have this little cutter. You put lines in the glass, and then you kind of crack it. And
But you don't crack it all the way through.
you have to kind of first you have to hit it, because if you don't let it cut right, it doesn't do what you want.
Jerry, is that
Doesn't make
flat?
the line you want.
Is that flat or it's got some depth to it?
This is it's 3-dimensional.
Okay, good.
It goes like this, like
Yeah,
a butterfly.
yeah, great.
Wow, nice.
And
Very nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
this was let me see. I guess I told you most about it. But it's kind of fun in a way, because you could draw a picture, and it isn't like painting, but it's like painting with glass. But it's not as free as taking a paintbrush like we talked about. But it's designed.
Jerry, what is it? I don't see where it's mounted, how it's mounted on.
Oh, I put a screw in the wall and just attached it.
Oh, okay, because I don't see anything.
I bet it's made of it.
Okay, great.
And that's
thank you.
iridescent glass that shines.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I
The
just,
body of the butterfly,
Oh, that's lead, so I could attach it to it.
Uh-huh.
and you soldered it. You soldered on the
Yeah.
wings.
Yes, and you got to solder it pretty good, because it doesn't want to stay there.
Yeah, because it's quite heavy, that glass.
Yes. You kind of have to pick the glass like you would want to paint.
Mhm.
And even within a sheet of glass, the designs are all different. It's not all the same very often. This with the white would be the same, but that blue would change all over as to streaks and things.
Mhm.
Anyhow, I enjoy doing it. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks for sending it.
No, Barry.
This, first of all, that chalk horse is a figure in the fields in England somewhere. It's actually about 360 feet from tail to tip of the nose.
Wow.
The area where they, and it's 3,000 years ago they built it, that was made, where they dig a trench and fill it with crushed chalk. There's a whole lot of them in that area. But I've been watching that series on HBO, Painting with John,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm trying on those other figures I've got running around. He does quite a lot of that, but then he highlights them with different colors inside. And I tried a nice blue, thin blue line down the inside of them, and I didn't like it. And I tried a nice, or a yellow, and it didn't like it. And that's why it's in progress. I'm still trying to decide. It's really just a fun thing, trying to do the way that he does his watercolors. And I've never done watercolors. I'm just doing this with thin acrylics.
I like the little person at the bottom.
That's me. As you see, that's my signature down there.
Hey, Barry, have you been in any caves lately?
In any what, caves lately?
Uh-huh.
Not for a long time, but I have seen lots of drawings in caves in different places around the world, Mexico, South Africa, and Europe. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is reminiscent of the cave drawing.
Out of all of the people on this call, Barry, you have been one of the last people I would have thought that would have watched Painting with John.
Oh, I love it.
He's a real nutty guy, right? That has
He is, but he is, but he just to watch him highlight the flowers on trees or plants is just wonderful. And meanwhile he tells some ridiculous story about his life that has nothing to do with painting. I mean, he's not trying to teach you. He just paints, and it's just a very fun, relaxing 40 minutes, and we enjoy it.
Progress. Okay.
I think the other one, there was a different one, which is also still in progress. I just keep making new stuff and I'm not finishing.
Oh.
I know the feeling.
Yeah,
It's the not starting that's hard.
yeah, I keep
Nice.
starting things, but
Nice.
this, I was going for the light, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I just like how much white it's actually in here and not, I mean, it's colorful, but there's so many very light colors in here. And I like the whole thing of it. Looks like you're sitting down watching it. So this is from like a reclining position on the beach. And I figure it could be nice to have that in the house.
Yeah.
Very peaceful.
Is it all brushwork, Ulrika?
Yeah, I've tried palette knives because it seems so cool and I can't do it.
I
I'll lose my
find-
patience.
I find the darks a little too dark. The lights
Yeah.
are fabulous.
Yeah, well, it's I've worked a little bit on it after this photo, so it's, I would say maybe halfway. It's more of a value study at this point.
Yeah.
It's a big painting.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wow.
and I think the colors in the sky is too strong too, because when you actually look at it, it's milder than this. So I
Yeah.
think I would probably tone it down a whole lot.
I think
I
so.
don't know. I like it the way it is.
I like the
the way
strong
it is.
contrast all the way through. I like the
So do I.
dark. Yeah.
You right away, you can tell it's the ocean, but at the same time, it just looks nice. It's balanced nicely. I like it.
I'll try to keep it a little abstract.
Mhm.
I've been
Yes.
inspired by one of these, the free course I mentioned a few weeks back, how he's abstracting realism. I really like that. So we'll see what happens.
I think my favorite part is right in this area where it's not so defined. It's more intuitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jim. On the sky, maybe just a tad more orange, a little less pink. Maybe it's my screen too.
Oh, I don't think it's your screen. Yeah, maybe so. I was just gonna tone it down, just kind of water it down a little bit, but maybe not.
I prefer to think of it as strictly an abstract and forget about the ocean. It just, to me, just has very strong, makes a very strong statement the way it is as an abstract. And I think it's a great value study, but that's just my preference. I like it very much.
Thank you.
I do too.
Thanks, Ulrike. Thank
All
you.
right.
Oh,
That's, I was on the AutoCAD developing an ADU layout for Los Angeles. And I thought, well, do a little sketch for myself. So I laid out a bunch of splines and then drew a lot of vertical lines and horizontal lines and circle lines. And I go, oh, this looks crazy. So I started filling in the squares. This is done on AutoCAD, version 2000. And so I thought I'd just share it with you. It hasn't been, it's only in the computer, 12 by 12 inches in the computer.
Cool.
But
I love it.
but that's what I came up with.
Great.
And,
that's
I
very
thought I'd
nice.
just kind of share it.
It looks like you had fun.
Yeah, I did. I was having fun adding circles and then trying to figure out which lines are cross-hatching with the others and going in and outside and trying to have a balance to it all.
And you got paid for doing it?
No, I do not.
Did it on your coffee break, right?
I can change it any color you want.
Tell me
In a
what
second.
AutoCAD is. Is it, what is AutoCAD? Is
It's a
it a digital?
computer-aided design software
Okay.
that architects use a lot. And I was developing a layout for an ADU. It's an add-on to the building up in LA. And so I thought I got sidetracked.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd just share it.
That's
I like
nice.
the I
Love it.
like the upper right
Yes.
quarter of it. How the circle kind of it goes out and it kind of starts to give some more depth to it.
Yeah, I actually
Ribbons.
added some more blue to it on the bottom right-hand corner. I had another spline and cross-hatched it. But it's not here. I just have to take a picture of it off my phone.
I would cut it in half right where the bigger yellow line is in the center.
Uh-huh.
And that right-hand oblong rectangular shape, I think, is really dynamic in itself. That to me is where the real painting would be.
And it'd be fun to
Can
take
modify
this. It'd be fun to take this and turn it. And
Oh, I can
just
do anything
keep-
with it. Yeah, I
Just
can even
keep
show
turning
you.
it to see what looks the best. And I presume
Scott,
this
I
is.
think you're absolutely right. I think if you rotated that and pulled them apart and made a diptych out of them, they would be very dramatic.
Oh yeah, great idea. Great
You
idea.
could make
Easy
a
to
lot
do.
of
I might
copies,
try that.
make a lot of copies and accommodate everybody's wishes.
Yeah, I can.
Then if you rotated it and made it a diptych, it would look like abstract pelicans.
Ooh, there you go.
You could mirror it and just have two mirror images. That would be cool too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
It has a lot going for it, Pico.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
thank you.
Pico, that's your next jazzercise submission. Take
Oh.
that very painting and do all the things we've just talked about and submit 5 or 6 of them, and you got your.
Oh, yeah. What I'll do next time is I'll break that piece up into a lot of little pieces, which I
Yeah.
can do by copying the file next to another, and I can do a lot of changes to it.
When I first saw it, I thought you'd gone into needlepoint embroidery.
You can
It
change the
looks like
cross
fixed
hatching
that
too,
out.
like the white, you can make it thicker or thinner,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
Thanks, Pico.
Cool.
Well,
Really cool.
Oh,
Carolyn.
Mm.
yeah, nice.
The title kind of tells the story. It was
Wow.
kind of a meditative moment for me.
Blue,
And
Meditation.
nice.
yeah, I think there's a little glare in the upper left. At least that's, I seem to be seeing that on my screen. This I
What
did,
size is that, Carol? What size is it?
I think it's an 18 by 24. I'd have to go, it doesn't look like it here, does it? So yeah, I'd have to actually go measure it. I did it quite a while ago.
Nice.
Nice,
Complimentary color.
nice. Nice.
I like
That's-
that right on the top left.
So
I
do
do
I.
too.
It's like a light that draws you into that, like like it's
Meditation is working.
and it has a reflection on the red.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that.
Definitely.
I'd love to see this in person too. The next time we meet,
yeah.
I have a feeling the photograph doesn't make it as much as the real piece would.
Yeah.
Look much more.
Thank you.
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh, how fun.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
My watercolor class project, and the instructor gave us the title, Still Life in an Unusual Location. And then she showed us meaning for still life with the landscape, and so beautiful. And I just want to do something different.
That's amazing, Joy. I love that.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Yes.
I can see another painting like that, but a bunch of rabbits, little rabbits going into the rabbit hole. We call it the rabbit hole.
This is the
You know?
vortex.
That's amazing.
That's very,
Very
cool.
nice, very nice.
Fun.
There's breakfast.
I love the movement and your colors, the colors
Being
and
the aliens.
beautiful drawings. too.
It's really has a nice feel to it, Joy.
I think I want to go there.
It's cool. I like it.
Great abstract.
Yes.
Nice work, Joy.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thanks.
like
This
that.
is, again, stepping outside of my normal works, but again, I'm trying to challenge myself with things that I don't typically do. But this is going to be my submission for Escondido's green theme. You had to create something that was primarily or predominantly green. And so,
Gorgeous.
so that's going to be my submission for the Escondido show. And it occurred to me after the fact that the Escondido Municipal Gallery actually, I think, is involved in the farmers market there.
Yeah, they are. They sponsor it.
Yeah, and so I thought, oh, okay, that's what I'll do. It was going that direction, so I thought, well, I'll just create a farmer's market.
Is that an artichoke on the right-hand side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. I think it's fabulous.
It's fabulous.
I love
Yeah,
it.
because
Is that-
it draws you all over the painting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that collage, the polka dots?
I'm sorry?
Are the polka dots collage papers?
Actually, there's not any collage in there whatsoever.
Wow.
It's all painted.
Wow.
And originally, I was just going to be more abstract than that. And originally I was going to name it 3 Peas in a Pod because I had the circles there. And
That's a good title.
yeah. Then when it began to develop, I thought, I remembered the farmer's market thing. So then I ended up putting the asparagus in there and the artichoke and kind of just went off that other way.
It's very nice. Wow.
That's nice.
My favorite veggies, artichoke, asparagus.
I hate it.
Colors.
And I don't know,
Avocados.
maybe it has too much other color in it. I don't know what
No.
I've never entered that before. So
I like it.
It's perfect like that.
It's beautiful.
wouldn't
It's
judge it.
super cool.
Yeah, I don't think it's too much green for them. From their former shows, it doesn't have to be monochrome.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think there's only one thing missing. Your signature.
it's on the side.
Okay.
I frequently sign it on the side on the thicker canvases, especially if there's a lot going on in the corners.
Thanks, Louis.
Ooh, that's great.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah, it's one of my early masks, and I made it when we were in Sally's class at the old schoolhouse at Mission San Luis Rey. And it's a spirit face for the Coahuaca tribe of coastal Indians up around British Columbia and Puget Sound. And his nickname is the Wild Man, and he's supposed to be chief of the undersea kingdom. It's mostly paint, except you can't see the hair, maybe in this photograph over on the right-hand side, which was made into a collage with knitting yarn. It has some gold flecks in the black knitting yarn, so it stands out. But this photograph reproduction is way too dark. The original that I sent to Joan was much more much more articulation than it's showing right here. This looks like just a dull black painting to me.
What did you
Gorgeous.
paint your, make your mask out of?
It's the only three. This is a flat mask and with acrylic paint, and the only 3D portion of it was the hair, and that was I drilled holes in it was on cardboard. I drilled holes. I mean, not cardboard, but particle board, and I drilled small holes and pieced the yarn for the hair through that and glued it from the back. And
In the bowl. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Gorgeous.
Wow.
That's great.
Well, my sister in England, she has a couple of friends, Dave and Josie, and they went fishing in the southwest corner of Cornwall, and he has a fish finder. He brought up tons and tons of mackerel and presented to her she sent me this picture on the plate, and I thought, I'm starting to see things in terms of jazzercise now, so I thought I'd try and see what I could do with abstracting it, and possibly my next jazzercise might be about seafood or fish.
Yeah, that's great.
I like that green up in the upper left corner there. It's
Yeah, they have really nice markings, mackerel do.
Yeah.
In fact, if you're going abstract, I would intensify the green on the other two fish on the right.
Yeah.
And that would really be a nice repetition of that pattern.
Yeah, good idea.
Joan, when you first put it up, I really thought it was a painting.
Same here.
So I think
Yeah, so did I.
you really hit the mark on this one, I think.
You got a halo over your head, huh?
Thanks, Scott. Now after I sent her this picture to show her what I did with it, she kind of doubted that a fish would make it in the art world, and she must have Googled fish and art, and she came up with this next slide. It was nominated one of the 10 best photographs by Sony World Photography Awards.
wow.
I love it.
Yeah.
I don't. It's a plastic bag.
So now,
yeah, I don't see anything special.
Kind of
I think it's called
depressing.
dead fish in plastic bag is what it's called.
Dead fish. Yeah.
I think it's
probably
probably
because
a
of the-
comment on the waste in the ocean, I presume.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Killing our fish.
Oh, I see.
So it just goes to show anything makes art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I was at Scripps for a blood test yesterday, and I wanted to share with you something that reminded me of our art group, the kind of things that we do. Look at what they're hanging all over the walls in some of the medical buildings.
Yeah.
They like these geometric forms, with the just simple colors to bring out the furniture, but they're nice abstracts.
They're gentle.
They're what? Gentle?
Gentle. They're calming to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're nice. They're nice.
They are nice.
Chris, that top left one looks a little bit like some of those you've been posting on Facebook with the grays.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it does. I was going to say, this is probably all Chris's work, and she's just too shy to say that.
No, it's not.
Kidding.
Those are cool.
I had to get my iPod and take a picture because I really liked the way they made the room feel. It was a very calming, subdued color scheme.
A lot better stuff than the stuff I see when I go to Scripps.